Right, jolly good mates, we are live. It's Tuesday night. Thought about having a drink tonight for some reason. Puza Tuesday it's going to be, but it's not. It's the 4th of Augustus, 4th of the month of August, and very, very good evening and welcome. It's 8 o'clock. Alright, it's 1 minute past 8. It's going to be 2 minutes past 8 just now. Well, it's 7 o'clock in fucking Australia or something like that. Canada. So, UK. Roger Naidu joins us from the UK. Shamini Naidu says hi, and Jackie Munsami is joining us as well. Kevin Govender. Let me get to my light on my screen here if I can. That's much, much better. Nadine Mulligan, good evening, Nadine. Nadine, tell us where you're from, Milligan lady. Did I ask you that? Your surname is a bit Irish, is it? Milligan, drinkers. Yash Marat, good evening. Jolene Kirpal. I knew a Kirpal back in the day. Vishal Singh, good evening, everybody. Good evening. Anita Pariachi, my statistician, gave me the wrong stats. So is it the wrong stats? Number of days today. She put 1, 3, and a Q. I don't know what the fuck number that is. 132. Is it day number 132, Anita? My statistician general didn't give me the correct name, correct number of days. Good evening, Naresh Sarup, sailor boy from Simonstown, Cape Town. I'm trying to get to the stats from Anita. See where we are there. Anita. She says it's day number 13Q. Now today is day number 13Q. Whatever the fuck that means, but it's 13Q. According to Anita, my statistician, day number 13Q. It's Tushi Tuesday. Says Tanisha Nunu Naidu. Where the fuck you got Nunu from? You know what Nunu means? Nunu. What does Nunu mean? Nunu means go watch your Nunus. Hold the phone. I can't let this go. I can't let this go. I don't. In fact, before everybody gets on here, we've got here Tanisha Nunu Naidu. Now, Tanisha, you don't mind me saying this, and before I even go to the official start of the show, I mean, Nunu is a Nunu. It's a Nunu. I heard that name when I do my show Kama Sutra, and I ask guys talk about the male genitals and ask them to give me different names. Nunu comes up as well. So I don't know how you got that name Nunu. I don't mean to cast aspersions on it, whatever, but I'm just sharing with you my right. Let's get on with the official welcome. Good evening to Nunus and everybody. Day number 131, Anita finally gives me the right stats there. Day number 131 means little one. Kogi Lambal. Yep, it means little one. That's what it means. Nunu boy. Where's a Nunu boy? Vedlam in the house. Anand Singh Kritika is already pumping my show there. Don't Dala with the masala coming up on the 28th of August. Right, good evening everybody and welcome. Nunus as well. Nunus are welcome. Big boys are welcome as well. Everybody's welcome, yeah? White, black, brown, medium size, gulab jams. Gulab jams with desiccated coconut, hard gulab jams, soft gulab jams, sugary gulab jams, tasty gulab jams, heater man, dead gulab jams. Everything is welcome here. We free for everyone here. It's an open platform. You guys seen the explosion 2 hours ago in Beirut, Lebanon. 10 already dead. Currently being reported as an accident. Seems quite bad. Yep, we know about that. I'll just talk about that just now. I've been watching some videos. I didn't believe the videos first that were coming through. I'm now getting confirmation about that explosion in Beirut, Lebanon. Amin says Benson, welcome. LOL from a slightly chilly Durban. Hey Nuno says Abidnego. So earlier talking about pumping. Who spoke about pumping? I don't know why fucking Kogi Lambal is talking about pumping. Did someone talk about pumping? Good evening, inmate says Yash from Ashwin from Yash Sounds. Right, good evening everybody. It's day number 132. It's the 4th of Augustus. Welcome to the program. It's me, KC Live. What we do every weekday night, well generally every weekday night from 95% of the time. somebody's taken off track there. Sanatan Hemraj says hi. Melissa Ramdale says hi. Yeah. So we are into August. What's it about? Spring or autumn? Is it autumn? Leaves are falling, whatever. Getting warmer. Tonight's show brought to you by Pro Security, the most responsive security company based in KZN, Durban. Been to their premises there. They really got a lot of stuff going for them. Really one of the top security, positioning themselves to be one of the top security companies in the country. Also full of all your PPE stuff and your thermal imaging sensors, all of that stuff there. Pro Security. Tasha, you're starting, says Kritika. Of course she is. Vanakam, Clayton Venkama says Vanakam. Right, let's do the official stats. 5,377 infections in the last 24 hours. 514. We crossed the 500,000 mark on the weekend. We half a million, and we got 8,539. We should reach 10,000 deaths by the weekend, if not before that. I would think by the weekend we'll be sitting on 10,000 deaths. Right, we're still far away from the 48,000, 45,000, and we've crossed the peak, so-called peak of winter. June and July is out. The core of winter is out there, and so Vijay Lala is talking about Dr. Hemraj. Can we stick to what we know, Vijay Lala? We talk about certain things, we stick to that which we talk about. Otherwise, the conversation is all over the place. You of all people should know that. 8,539 deaths. Still much far away from the 48,000 predicted. And yet we're over the supposedly harsh winter. And here's the biggest thing. Is this a believable figure? While we're hovering around 45 to 49% recovery rate, we hardly touch the 50% recovery rate as much as I was seeing. We're now sitting on 69% recovery rate. 69% recovery rate. And Kogilambal says, 69%, almost 70% recovery rate. Is that believable? Or is that a government figure to say, well, we're getting things right? We got a 69 to 70% recovery rate. Who can believe these figures? Anjori Rambokas says, welcome. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the program. Anjori Rambokas. There we go. You can believe what you want to believe on those figures. 70%. Vijay Lala accepted. Right, if you just joined us, guys, we'll talk about certain topics, and to keep the conversation in that style, comment please based on what we're discussing at the time, so we can get some good debate going. If ever you join us, I break the program down into certain topics. We start off with COVID and what's happening with COVID, and discuss those figures. 69% recovery rate. Suddenly we are on a 69% recovery. Those stats are incorrect. Even Zweli said so. Did he? I didn't see that. There are lots of people that have been virus and not been tested. A lot of people have died as well. Not in the stats. The number of infections seem to be decreasing if you consider the percentages. Yep, well, Nevin Naraido, I would assume it's going to decrease. So we're not going to reach the numbers that we're supposed to reach, are we? Of the 48,000 predicted deaths, sitting at 10,000. Do you think by end of August we'll be sitting at 15,000, probably 20,000? Do you think the deaths are going to... We're going into, when I say summer, remember we're going into hotter months now, and the virus doesn't survive as well. For example, somebody coughs in a public place in a heated environment, probably better off. Obviously better off. The heat is better off. How could that have increased so quickly in 2 weeks? I see there is a slight cover-up. Well, cover-up and government and ANC probably go fucking hand in hand. We're going to discuss that just now. We can discuss the corruption happening and what's happening. That's a major part of our discussion for today, as we just break through COVID and see what's happening. Cape Town has stopped testing as much as well. Western Cape has plateaued for approximately 2 months. Says Anita, I was watching the figures. Nevin Naraido says professors state the figures are generally underreported by around 30 to 60%, dependent on the speed of testing. Well, So we can't take that too much to heart. The figures, I have to see where we go. I was trying to get my other stuff ready for you. Preggy Naidu is come on and watching. Sharendra Murli says implements taken were too drastic, did more harm than good. Who says lockdown is of no use anymore? The horse has bolted. Countries to consider testing, contact tracing, and hospital isolation. Right, that's from Naresh Sirup, who says lockdown is of no use anymore. Try telling that to our fucking befucked fucking ministers who've cut the fucking alcohol and cut the cigarettes. By the way, I'm getting some intel, but around about August, middle of August, both will be lifted. How far that's true, I don't know. If the recovery rate is higher, then that's good. Kogi Rambal, yep. But I'm saying, is it realistic figures? Is that what we're saying? Is it realistic? How's it? Jiten, Anida says, correct, Casey does spread even in the heat. Anida, I didn't say it doesn't spread in the heat. Did I say that? Did I say that it doesn't spread in the heat, Anida? I didn't say it doesn't spread in the heat. Heat kills the virus. So I would think summer months, as we've seen figures previously, in countries in summer, the infection rate is not as big. Okay, let's discuss that, seeing that Anida said I'm incorrect. I don't like to be incorrect, but I can be put right. Isn't it, you would think the infections in summer months will be lesser than winter months? Wasn't the winter months the peak of the pandemic because it was winter? Because the virus can survive in colder conditions better than hot conditions? Was that not right? Did I say something wrong there? If I said something wrong, I stand to be corrected. The point I was making, which I did say, is that summer, I don't believe the sun or summer will help us, because if you look at India, it's summer 45, 50 degrees and the numbers are high. Well, correct, but that's what they told us. They told us that summer the infection rate is lower. By the way, Kevin Naik, even India has a higher population of people living closer together in that environment. But anyway, let's not be pedantic about that. Testing people for COVID-19 is a waste of money like everything else. You test, same Friday, negative. Well, what do you do, Vishal Singh? Do you not then test people? I don't believe the sun, somebody says that. Well, I think the sun has the heat. Well, we've been told, why are you drinking hot liquids to kill the virus in your throat and whatever? So, could be the infection could be higher or lower due to weather conditions. Heat eliminates the virus, says Kogi Lambal. Don't think so. Case in point, India. Well, there we go. So why were we saying figures are incorrect? Malcolm Merchant says, have a shot so we can burn the virus. Anjori says, yep, with spring and with the windy season, the spread of infection will increase. With spring, windy season, the spread of infection will increase. I don't know. So that means what we are hearing. Am I the only one fucking heard this thing about the heat and summer? Am I the only one who heard this thing about the heat and summer? When the virus first came out, it was summer. Then we were fearing the winter. Now we're saying no, there was fucking what the fuck was I listening to? Alcohol and cigarettes banned to be partially lifted. Got some inside information on the prohibition. Yeah, I also got some inside information on that. Casey, another call to Cyril, please. They must start to use Sadex. It might help. I don't know what happened to Sadex. That guy's gone off the bar of the record. The virus seems to be mutating Australia back to lockdown level 4. Well, not mutating. Australia, as most countries were lifted lockdown and people started moving cross border, they started infecting each other. Sharendra says heat at 56 degrees kills the SARS coronavirus at about 100,000 units per fucking, I don't know all that figures there. This must be a flying virus. This cold weather promotes the virus. Yeah, well, that's what I was fucking saying, and then someone takes me on and says, no, I'm wrong. Cold weather promotes the virus. Hotter weather reduces the virus. That's what I was told. The peak for SA was suggested during the cold periods and not warmer months. It's going to be the higher in India because of the population. Thank you, Never Naraidu. Thank you. I subscribe to what you're saying, Never Naraidu. That's what I'm saying. India has got higher infections because of the number of fucking people. 1.3 billion people versus 59 million people is a fucking big difference, right? So that's what I'm saying. The heat is supposed to be. So let's move away from that. We've got that, right? Pops Munsami says, I don't drink alcohol. What must I do? Pops, if you don't drink alcohol, it's your fucking problem. Get the alcohol if it's allocated to you and give it to somebody who's fucking suffering, right? You're not wrong, case everything was wrong, the rules was ever changed. Yup, of course, no one actually knows what's going on with the virus, they all just wing it, as long as it says one thing. Yup, but I do believe heat and cold makes a slight difference. I'm going to go with that one, and that's been worldwide shown. Seasonal change, winter brings on, like the UK when they were in winter, was much better. As summer months came into Spain and UK, things started to change. I think it has some effect. Anyway, let's leave that there. Also want to wish happy birthday, if I forget, happy birthday to one of our Sunshine Gang members. By the way, there is a WhatsApp group called KC and the Sunshine Gang. That's a group of die-hard, shall I say die-hard supporters of me and a bit of a crazy gang, Sunshine Gang members. You got to be slightly off-center, wear your elastic a bit loose, and be able to fucking have lots of data and lots of fucking time on your hands to be on that group. There's only about 20 of them there. They cause a fucking racket. But it's Karti's birthday today. So I say a very warm, happy birthday to Karti on this celebrating his 59th birthday today. A couple of years time, he get his Sasa card. Silvana dos Reis Marquez also had the hotter weather theory. Yes, that's what I had. Our climate definitely helped when the disease was spreading internationally in Jan-Feb. My colleagues and I can put our money on this. Right, there we go. So Megashan Governor is saying the same thing. The vaccine is also considered because unlike other vaccines, COVID may require multiple injections. Don't give away our secrets, says Kritika. Silvana dos Reis Marcos. G, read the whole comment. I heard once summer comment virus gonna die. They say, well, I think that's why we're gonna see the recovery rate going up. That doctor in America is apparently right. Which doctor in America is apparently right? Lots of stays, try that name hard to, what? Lots of stays, try that name hard to pronounce. Happy birthday, all the best to Karti, one of our fucked up members here. Somebody sharing some views on Sanata Dharma. Phone the president again and check. Yeah, well, there is a call coming this week, but I won't tell you who I'm calling. Happy birthday to you. Have a blessed right. So there we go. We are 20 minutes into the show, and happy birthday. And what was I going to ask about? Right. So before we get to the whole corruption story, well, this is linked to the corruption. Can we have some birthday cake, Mr. Karti? Right, we're done with birthday greetings for Karti. Thank you very much, Karti. Very happy birthday. Now you guys know about the Andrew Mlangeni funeral fiasco with the ANC, where apparently a charge has been opened against who, I don't know, probably the ANC if that's the case, and we know where that will go. That's according to Vish Naidu. Now the ANC has come out and issued an apology. What wasn't really an apology as such. I can't even get the right words for it. Casey, what is your take on the corruption storm breaking? Well, I'm going to talk about that. Leon Watley, hold on, we're going to talk about that. We're talking about Andrew Mlangeni's funeral, and the ANC says what they were sorry or they apologized for that. Now I'm going to just stick to that they are sorry and they're going to apologize. Whereas, as I said in the pig video, Animal Farm, some animals are more equal than others. And the ANC now wants to apologize for things that got out of hand. They said people in the outpouring of grief just pitched up at the home, and they're actually commending them for, the stalwart, what he was, and how people just came with an outpouring of grief. Fuck you and your fucking outpouring of fucking grief. My friend dies or family member dies, then a fucking neighbor wants to come and outpour the grief because he had such an impact in their life. But we're not supposed to fucking do that. We can't show outpouring of grief. How come the fucking you show outpouring of grief and you come with a fucking apology? Okay, there's a case being opened by Vish Naidu. I don't know what Vish Naidu is going to do. Who's going to open the case? By the way, that is going to go to the directorate. There's going to be an investigation. Then it'll go to the directorate for a decision. And I tell you what, if nothing happens, which is what is going to happen, you more entertaining the school. If nothing happens and it's going to happen, We are all cunts in this country. That's what Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa needs to. Well, he knows we are cunts. They just take us for a fucking ride. Everything is about how they handle the situation, how they see it, and what fucking suits them. They break the fucking law. The more I watch Cyril Ramaphosa now, the more my fucking blood begins to boil. And to think, I was a big supporter of Cyril Ramaphosa to win against. But then I come to think of it and I think to myself, man, what if we had fucking Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma winning that fucking battle? And then I start to fucking think back. And then, I don't want to go in this conversation here, but let's think about this for a moment. More money will be squandered with no results. Right. Let's think about this for a second. Yep, ANC was caught, therefore the apology. Can any political party be held totally accountable for people at a funeral that have freedom of movement? Right, let's take on Nevin Naraido, because Nevin Naraido brings up an interesting topic. So he says, can any political party be held totally accountable for people at a funeral that have freedom of movement? So Nevin Naraido, so let me just go to Nevin Naraido's comment, all right? He says, can any political party be held totally accountable for people? That's one of the more disappointing comments I have from you, Nevin Naraido. So what you're saying then is that if there's a funeral at somebody's home and the neighbors pitch up, you see what happens, Nevin Naraido, at a funeral that we host in our homes or whatever. Due to lockdown regulations, we send out notices to people and we make it known what is going to happen. So that comment of yours smacks of, I don't know, I think I'm going to say it is a very disappointing comment, to be honest. You're asking, so Nevin Naraido is asking, can the ANC really be held accountable for what happened at the funeral? It's not necessarily about the people that pitched up, the neighbors, Nevin Naraido. They themselves, the number of people and whatever. And if they as a ruling party, as the government, you mean you don't know people are going to pitch up? You mean you're acting fucking doff? Come on, never. That's like saying, I didn't know people are going to pitch up. This is the heart of Soweto, Dube. Like coming to chats with somebody like me, if I die, like thousands of people, hundreds of thousands going to pitch up, and you don't know all my fans going to pitch up. Say that in a smile. Yeah, you don't know they're going to pitch up? I'm not reading your comments, I'm just talking to Nevin's comment here. Come on, Nevin, come on. They fucking knew what was going to happen. They took no fucking care. They themselves, the number of people that attended, weren't in their numbers. Over 200 years, so unfair. We can't have people at our funerals. It's unfair. It's unfair. It's unfair. I don't take any cognizance of Nevin's policy was broken according to the Disaster Management Act. Policy was broken, and can the ANC be held accountable? Yes. If you're asking me, Nevin, can they be held accountable? Yes. Because if I hosted a funeral for somebody or my party or somebody in my organization, I am responsible for that gathering. So according to the Disaster Management Act, they will go after the person who organized the event. That's what it is. So yes, the ANC is accountable in my eyes. You can have a different view, or you guys can have a different view. I don't know. That's your thing. I am saying, according to Vish Naidu, the person or organization who organized the event. So who was the funeral organized by? Don't fucking play dumb like they didn't know what is going to happen. They just don't fucking care. That's it. I can't, even if the ANC made an honest mistake, I can't now in this lifetime look at the honest mistake of the ANC. They're fucking useless chits. The minister himself didn't social distance at the house, so how can you lead back? That's it, Tasha. They haven't been... Can I blame the owner of a house for people that stand outside a funeral house, people from the street, etc.? Also Charles Sadler, right? Nevin, I'm going to leave it there. Maybe you feel the ANC is not responsible. You can have your opinion on that. I think they were fucking responsible. I think they could have taken more steps. The members themselves. Nevin, I know you're saying you lost faith in the ANC. I know that, but I don't know why you're defending this matter for no good reason. The matter will be pushed under the carpet. Correct. If I am organizing a funeral, people standing outside my house, Nevin, it's a totally different situation. This is government. This is government. This is not your neighbor's house. This is not your friend who died and the neighbors are standing outside the house. Come on, dude. The number of people from the ANC themselves and the ministers who were there, who were not social distancing, all of that, that in itself is a problem. Should lead. And, by the way,
If the ANC were fucking forward thinking and had a little bit of fucking brains, which they don't really have, then they'd have figured out what's going to happen in the township. The people are going to come there. We know they're going to do that. Then the body must go to a hall or a church and have the funeral procession there, knowing the times we are living in, that sort of thing. Anyway, let's leave that there. ANC should lead by example. Yes, that's the point, Sunil Ramkissoon. Whatever they did, they had to lead by example. Jason Railal says, how's this? I go Jason, and I go block Jason Railal. How's that? I blocked him. They had bodyguards present, couldn't turn the people away. Yep. They had all the facilities and the police. Remember, we got the Hawks, we got the SIU, we got the police, SAPS, all of them, military. Wasn't a state funeral or category 1 funeral, whatever. Where was the ANC will investigate the ANC? Yes, I agree, ANC responsible. Right, I agree the ANC is responsible. No one can hold ANC accountable because they're above the law. Right. Poor guy, blocked him. Whoever the fuck he was. Rules are rules, must apply to everyone. That's right. And you would think, by the way, the ANC will stick to those rules because of that. Now, coming to the widespread corruption, which a lot of people want to talk about, Ace Makashula, spokesperson, said that Ace is not part of government. What? Says that Ace is not part of government and is based at Luthuli House, therefore his kids can be eligible for government. Yeah, Naresh Syrup. That's, you know the sad part, Naresh Syrup is talking about Ace Makashula. Ace Makashula is a fucking thief in charge. Ace Makashula is a fucking gangster. You know, when the book about gangster state and whatever, and by the way, I've got friends who are Ace's friends and talk so much good about Ace. Ace is a fucking rogue. So, this is the thing I've been saying about the ANC and where we are and why the problem is now. And how serious the problem is because black people, I'm going to say this over and over again, you fucking corrupt fucking cunts. I don't mind if you stole from the white person and you even stole from me and you fucking block me. You know the biggest crime is you're stealing from your own black people. You're stealing, and I'm going to say this every time, that fuck all, don't come with your fucking Black Lives Matter, because Black lives don't fucking matter in this country to you fucking cunts. It doesn't fucking matter to you. Today, this morning, I'm listening to about 200 and somewhat schools or 2,000 schools, I can't get the fucking number right, still sitting with pit latrine toilets. Right? If you remember 2 to 3 years ago, Cyril Ramaphosa 2 years ago said that when the last child fell in the toilet, that he's going to get rid of pit toilets. Then fuck all is happening there. Fuck all is happening there. Right? Ace Makashule, Pule Mabe, Cyril Ramaphosa, all you fucking cunts are fucking stealing from the poor child and the poorest of the poor in this fucking country. Right? You know, you guys who are listening to this as well, we are privileged in that sense. We have more than other people. We have more than the guy living in a fucking shack. We have more than him. As much as we're feeling robbed, can you imagine how he's robbing the fucking child, 6-year-old, 2-year-old child in a fucking squatter camp? What these fucking cunts are taking food out of the mouth. It's like the food is in the throat and they're fucking pulling the food out of the fucking throat. Now my fucking blood pressure is going to go up. This guy think he's untouchable. He looted the Free State first. Well, Ace Makashula looted the Free State, that's right. But like I said, I know people who fucking sing his praises, that Ace Makashula is feeding the poor. And I equated that to a fucking drug dealer who makes millions and then spends 5,000 rand keep cooking a couple of decks of biryani. Okay, make it 10,000, make it 20,000 rand. He makes 1 million, spends 20,000 rand making a couple of decks of biryani, and he's a fucking hero. He's a hero because he's feeding the underprivileged. Fuck off. And which leads me into this Wally Smith. This guy also thinks he's Stephen there, bit of a role here. And then yesterday we hear about Eskom. So now there's a civil action, by the way. You need to get this straight. There is a civil action by Eskom or by SIU, whichever fucking the Hawks. We'll talk about the Hawks as well just now, right? civil action against all the members, the Molefes and the, what's his name, with the M, I can't get his name now, Brian guy, and Tom guy, and the Guptas. Civil action to claim back 3.8 million billion rand, whatever it is, right? I can't get the fucking figures right. Get the figures just now. Do you think so? It's a civil action. It's not even a criminal action. It's a civil action. This morning, when they were talking to this guy, head of some investigation unit with the Hawks, it's a civil action. That when they take the civil action, then the matters will go to the whichever fucking department, then that department, then to the ministerial department, then they will decide. Machela Coco, Molefe, Brian, what's it? I can't get his name now. Ace is like a Pablo Escobar, feed those that steal from the pull the wool over. Yep, that's right, Ace Makashule, Ace the Eskom, ex-dom. So, I think this, doesn't it make you wonder, we're 4 years down the line with Eskom, 4 years down the line, suddenly now, think about this, I don't know, maybe I'm just a cynic. 4 years down the line, suddenly now there's action being taken for Eskom. Isn't it convenient that when the ANC is at its lowest ebb with all of this corruption charges against the ANC, suddenly there's some good news. Isn't it a good news story? It's a good news. Something is being done, and we the public, so now we restore our faith in the ANC that they're doing something. 4 years down the line, 4 years, they had all this evidence. Evidence was glaring. Fuck all was done. Suddenly now in this time, isn't it coincidental that, or is it coincidental? Am I just a cynic? That Eskom now is taking action. By the way, like I said, it's not a criminal action, it's a civil action. Civil action is like you suing your neighbor for stealing your car or your parts or your money. So you have to go through the court process. Remember, the Guptas are fucking Dubai. Gone. Brian Molefe, Machela Coco, all of them. Where's the money? You think the money is sitting somewhere in the account or something like that? How many years do you think it's going to take before these people come to court for a civil action? In 2-3 years time, you and I won't even fucking care. The money is gone. So the state's going to spend more money trying to recover fucking lost money. Anita says just divert it. I think it's a divert. Trevor Sigamani says it is coincidence. Okay, maybe it is. You can believe that if you want. It's coincidence. It's Gerard Dubruta says, mother, Theo, it's a bit too late now because all the money is spent. That's right, Theo. So I said, I don't know whether this Eskom thing is really, and remember, whoever government put in charge. So here's the thing, even this morning there was a political analyst talking about something, and he says, we are talking about the people, the ANC talk, Cyril Ramaphosa spoke about the 9 wasted years of President Zuma. You heard about the 9 wasted years of President Zuma. 9 wasted years with the Guptas. 9 wasted years of fucking up PRASA, Eskom, SAA. And this political analyst said, we must not lose sight of the fact that he was not one man of the 9 wasted years. This is 9 wasted years under the ANC government. That's what they diverted it to one man, to Jacob Zuma. Like we must all now, and maybe many of you are in this mindset, that the 9 wasted years had to do with Jacob Zuma. The 9 wasted years had not to do with Jacob Zuma. The 9 wasted years is 9 wasted years of the ANC. The ANC fucked it up for the last 9 to 10, actually last 26 years to be honest. But if we're talking about the 9 wasted years, it was not Jacob Zuma. Trophimus says, Casey, I am back after forever. How's it, Trophimus? So it's 9 wasted years of the ANC. So it's pointless us directing our attention to Jacob Zuma when at least Jacob Zuma stole in front of everyone. Well, there's a call for bring back Zuma, by the way. If you guys see that bring back Zuma is trending at the moment. I think that's a bit far-fetched and stupid from my point of view. What about China, says Jafar Wab. One never knows what's next, says Ashina Jagdo. Well, without government, we don't know what is next. But I was talking about the 9 wasted years. Naresh Sirap says they all stood side by side with JZ. And here's something that the ANC always says, then they change their minds. The ANC says we govern as a collective. A collective. They've said this many times. Have you guys heard this? The ANC saying that we govern as a collective. When something happens like to Ace Makashule or whatever, they'll say we're a collective. We make a decision as a collective. So why when there's shit happening, we now picking on Deco, this guy, that guy, picking on different people? Hey? Shouldn't the ANC take responsibility as a collective for the shit happening in their fucking backyard? If the civil claim they should pay back, yes, they will agree to pay 100 a month. That's a civil claim for you, Theo. That's right. They may do asset forfeiture and whatever, taking away the stuff. They're running out of excuses after the billion, so they're making up things to give answers for the missing money, says Kevin Naik. By the way, guys, this matter of corruption with the ANC, I think the ANC is at their lowest point. They probably could go lower. But the amount of public pressure from you and I and everybody, whatever, even if you're posting on your social media to your friends or your whatever, I think we as a collective, everyone must take responsibility and get credit for this, for putting these matters on social media, bring it in the front. Because, by the way, SABC, I was surprised at Leanne Manas this morning. She's 104 years old. But she was really grilling this guy. I can't remember what his name was. She was grilling this morning. But she was really getting to the heart of the corruption. While he was giving excuses, whatever, she says, no, but the people are being robbed. The people want answers. The people need to see people in jail. Nothing that is happening. Country of smoke screens giving each one to fill their bank account. Move to Dubai. Yep. Timoleon Parolis says that. Naresh Sirap says exactly. So, I don't know what's going to... Linda Gangarat says, when the white man was running the country, we had no issues of corruption, load shedding, water restrictions. Yeah, that brings us a whole nother... Exactly right, ANC should take responsibility for this looting. Well, as you can see, by the way, that Deco lady, the spokesperson for Cyril Ramaphosa, what a fucking... I mean, if that happened to me, which my right hand was spokesman or someone in my office was fucking doing that, the first person I will look at is me. The first person I'll look at is me. What the fuck didn't I see? What the fuck didn't I do? Was I that blind? Was I that stupid? Really? Did I not see somebody in my own organization close to me getting these tenders? And as we heard just now from Naresh Sirap, I think about Ace Makashula saying he's not part of government, that his children can get tenders. When is enough enough? You know how much we're going to call them cunts and looters and whatever? How much is enough? More money stolen under CR than JZ. They're making JZ look like amateur. Well, I don't think more money is stolen under Cyril yet. I don't think so, but it's probably approaching. Picking on other people to cover their checks. Well, isn't that so? Like Pule Mabe, I saw a nice interview with Shahan Ramkasun of ENCA, speaking to Pule Mabe, who's a spokesperson for the AN. And I think Shahan got a bit fucking annoyed with Pule Mabe. Pule Mabe is a spokesperson for the ANC, and Shahan was really taking him on. Shahan was upset. First time I saw him upset, he was angry. But Pule Mabe continued, and he said, while Shahan asked him, so when are we going to see people put in jail? And Pule Mabe responded, well, Shahan, the most important thing at hand now is COVID-19. We've got to fight COVID-19 and concentrate our efforts there. So, typical spokesperson, that's why you have a spokesperson like him, to fucking spin the story, deflect the story. By the way, he did his job very well. If you ask me what he did as a spokesperson, he did exactly what the ANC will want of him. He spun the story, take it around, divert attention. ENCA, Shahan Ramkisan, when are we going to see people put in jail for corruption? He says, well, corruption was before that as well, but now it's COVID-19. Now we need to concentrate on saving lives. We need to concentrate on the pandemic. So divert away from the looting, stick to the COVID-19 detail. Well, there's obviously looting there, but let's stick. So he directed Shahan away. I didn't see the rest of the interview, but that's how it went. They're going to blame it on apartheid. Google Dunning-Kruger effect is the story of our country. Dunning-Kruger, I must do that. How's it, Casey? We had a lekker chat today. Yes, Badrinath Lakshmidas spoke to me today. He took pity on me for my fucking screws missing. Only one screw on my glass here, and a lot of you don't even know that. And he's going to sort me out with some new eyewear. Some eyes, I can't get it, Just Eyes or Happy Eyes, something like that. In Lenasia South or El Dorado Park, I'm going to go there. Party government had their hand inside the cookie jar. The fucking ANC steals the entire jar. Well, that's it. They blamed ESCOM on apartheid. They're absolutely pathetic. They're running out of excuses, right? So anyway, guys, I'm glad you and I have played our role in terms of bringing this matter to the fore. I think the ANC is under serious pressure. By the way, I posted on my Facebook page, and by the way, there were a lot of ANC sing praises or whatever on my page. And I posted there, all the ANC praise singers, can you please stand up and sing now? And that post was almost blank. Nobody responded. Not the fucking ANC guys. And I know many ANC praise singers, by the way, who say, you charos, you only fucking vote for the DA. That's why the ANC is zondaring y'all. You're only DA members. The DA going to screw y'all. You know, that sort of thing. And now you wonder how you're going to vote for this party. By the way, which brings us into the main topic or news topic about who are you going to vote for. Herman Mashaba and his People's Dialogue launching on the 29th of August, a new party name. Apparently, it's called People Dialogue for now. New party name coming up. Eldo's not far from you. Eldo's is like 45 minutes away, dude. Not far, but 45 minutes away. So there we go. Before I blow a fuse, let me stop talking about ANC and corruption. Follow the news stories, guys. And Mr. Casey, happy you're sorting your glasses out, etc. The screws is an issue. Yep, screws was an issue. Investigation also revealed that Diko's husband was once appointed as fake tribal king and the people removed him off the throne. Yep. Well, Naresh Sirup, the amount of stories that go around. Let me just do this for you, right? I'm going to do a video on this, by the way. I'll do a video on this and I'll show. Yeah, I'll do a video on this. Let me just try and do this. I can't get to the... Okay. Let me try and just do this for you. A short list, if I can. A short list of ANC scandals since they took over power from 1994. In 1996, the health department, if you remember the Serafina. So let me go through a list. By the way, this article on the Daily Maverick, and I'll try and I'm going to do a video on this, by the way, to highlight this to people. So if you pay attention very quickly, in the next couple of minutes, I'll give you, just to refresh your memory on some of it, if I can go through it. I can't necessarily see all on this this thing. I'll try. So 1996 was the Serafina affair. You remember Mbongeni Ngema was given money for the Serafina thing. There was fucking money down the drain. Then in 1997 was a Moteo housing scandal, 200 million there. Then 1999 was the start of the arms deal. The arms deal, if you remember, 30 billion rand from 1999 moved on there. Nelson Mandela was at the helm, by the way. There's no shortlist, right? So in 2005 was the oil gate issue, 11 to 15 million there. In 2006, the Chancellor House issue there. Then there was a travel gate. If you remember the travel gate issue, the travel vouchers, whatever, 36 million was there. Then the Bosasa scandal, if you remember Bosasa, from 2006 was the Bosasa issue. Just giving you a little bit of idea of the various scandals over the years. 2010, you remember the police building scandal. Becky Kele was involved in that police building leasing agreement. Our current Minister of Police, how do we deal with corrupt people? Well, we make them ministers. This was, of course, the police building leasing scandal, which Becky Kele was. That's in 2010. Then 2010 to 2019 was the Gupta Gate. We all know about the Guptas. Then was the Edu School Solution textbook scandal. Eskom scandal, the Oilgate scandal, VBS Bank most recently, the Watergate scandal. These are just some of the fucking allegations in the last, from 1996, the last 26 years that the ANC has been in power. And this is what they're up to. Right, in the times to come, by the way, this is a comment from Ace Makashule. He says, Ace Makashule said the ANC, I want you guys to listen carefully here. This is Ace Makashule. When Ace talks, you'll fucking listen. So Ace Makashule said the following. He says the ANC would deal decisively with corruption and restore integrity and values. Are you fucking listening? Ace is talking. Ace says in a statement on Tuesday, just today, that the ANC would deal decisively with corruption and restore integrity and values. I think this cunt doesn't know what is the meaning of fucking integrity and fucking value. And if I'm calling him a cunt, he can get his police officers to come fucking shoot me down, do whatever the fuck he wants. Because you can fucking steal from the fucking poorest of the poor, you can fucking do anything. So, I mean, even the reporter says here, who is he kidding? Peter Dutoy says that, and he's talking about integrity and values. I don't think the fucking ANC knows about what is integrity and what are values. But he's obviously talking about integrity and values. Maybe he seems to know. Right, and of course, a famous saying today in the newspapers, the ANC, NEC, the National Executive Committee, said that the recent developments has made it dip its head in shame. They've dipped their head in shame. And it understood why the public was outraged by depravity and heartless nature of some elements in the ANC government. And we'll say they dipped their head in shame. Shame, poor bastards. And we have to feel sorry for the ANC. They are dipping their head in shame after they are being called out on various scandals. He must start with himself, bloody agent, says Wally Smith. Yeah, he's talking about integrity and values. Ace Magashula there talking about integrity and values. That's like a prostitute talking about, being a celibate and respecting married men, and like preaching to you about how you should live your life a holistic way, not screw around, not fuck around, that sort of thing. I just want my 350. I'm still waiting. 350 you're not gonna fucking get. Ricky says, Casey, please get into political. Says it as it is, Casey, we're all tired. The ANC having ethics committee is like a walls having a prayer room. Well, there you go. I use the walls, but you said it better. Bunch of hypocrites, says listen. Oldie Smith says me too. Yep. So there we go. That's where we lie there. Only 2 convictions: Shabir Sheikh, Tony Yangeni, and a former Minister of Police, Jackie Salebi. Yes, by the way, and all out of or dead. Yep. Those were the only 3 people in 26 years. Actually, Naresh Sirup brings up the right point there. In 26 years, Shabir Sheikh, Tony Yangeni, and if you remember Tony Yangeni, they held him on the shoulders of his, he had that fucking BMW dealership and all of that, and they held Tony Yangeni and they took him to jail like a fucking hero. That was the ANC showing us what they thought of thieves. Shabir Sheikh, by the way, I don't think I think Shabir Sheikh can walk around without a mask. Because Shabir Sheikh is fucking, he's immortal. He can't die. I mean, he was released how many years ago? 10 years ago. Shabir Sheikh was terminally ill. Let's spend a few minutes just appreciating Shabir Sheikh, inshallah. That man has been terminally, his man was fucking dying. He had high blood pressure. He was going to have a stroke. 10 years ago. Well, it's 11, going to be 11 now. 2009. 10 years ago, Shabir Sheikh was released on medical parole. He was terminally ill. If you got any friends who are terminally ill, go to Shabir Sheikh and ask him what is he having for breakfast, lunch and supper. Because he's fucking not dying. He's got a formula down to an art. He's not dying. Shabir Sheikh is alive and kicking. In fact, playing golf might be the best thing for you, because it relieves your stress, and our country is free for all. A few blankets and a streetwise too gets the vote, and a promise of a toilet too. Shabir took the magic goji berries. Yup. Shabir is fucking living. If you don't know how to survive, ask Shabir Sheikh. Before I go on to the petrol price increase and another thing I want to talk to you about, don't forget, you guys, Sumendra Narismalu, and let me address, Timoleon Perolis. Are you guys fucking buying tickets for my show? Remember, that's how I survive and make a living, guys. Don't Dala with the Masala Remixed Family Show, happening on the 28th of August, Friday 28th of August. And Kritika, let me try and bring up that poster for you now, if I can, very quickly. Sun set me up here, and if I'm a bit smart, I can arrange it. But I'm a bit doff. Tyler is my techie guy. He's fucking made himself off today. Let me bring in that poster. Don't Dala with the Masala. If you are a fan of mine and want to see me survive and get somewhere, I will need to fucking survive. So there we go. There's the poster coming up on the screen there. Don't Dala with the Masala, my remixed family show. Yeah, so if you can, the tickets are 100 Rand and 200 Rand. The 200 Rand ticket, once again, is going to get you free entry to the next show. And the next show is going to feature South African comedians. We're going to have about 5 comedians, South African comics on that show. Shabir is eating Guji seeds and drinking Zamzam water. Yup, he's alive and kicking. So if you buy the 200 Rand ticket, you're going to get a free ticket to the next show, which is going to be called Laugh Your Fucking Ass Off. Possible contenders there for the show: Jason Goliath, Donovan Goliath, and some other comics, South African comics. It's going to be about 5 comics. It's going to be a big show, that one there. So get yourself ready for that one. The bus had left with all the corruptors and entrepreneurs, unfortunately. Yeah, so the show is in my mom's is my mom's birthday. Well, you can get her to watch the show with me if she's still alive with us, yeah, and with us. By the way, let me just chat on this one, and this is something interesting. Some of you might want to hear. So, just to give you guys some idea about this, and some of you know about this because I've spoken to you about other issues regarding my Caro Cares campaign. If you remember last week, I alluded to a family, and then I did a video about a family in Verulam, living in a shack. 13 people living in a shack. There was a 7-year-old child, 12-year-old, 13-year-old, and an 18-year-old, and adults, whatever. 13 people living in a shack. And then I shared a video of the lady speaking about them cooking on a fire outside, not having enough food to eat, sand, wind, rain, they can't sleep. Well, the reason I got that video is I made contact with the counselor, a black counselor, by the way, who was very close to this family. I made contact with him because my Caro Cares campaign, if I'm going to do any help, I need to go to people who really fucking need help, right? So I got all this counselor, verified the story, he is working with them, and then I said to him, dude, if people can see the conditions, people will help. It's an emotional thing. I know what works. So I said, please ask for the video. Ask the lady if you can do a video. Ask her if she take photos, well, all of that. So he does the video. And in the video, you can see the lady basically allowing him to film, and she's talking to the camera and she's showing him around, talking about her experience, whatever. The video went out. The video went viral. In a matter of the couple of hours, I had at least three major companies, sponsors, coming to me and said, KC, tell us what you want. We need to help these people. And my main thing was to build a structure over that structure to give them not even build a house, because building a house becomes problematic. Build a better shack, for no other word, with a proper roof over their heads and sides and whatever, and they can sort the inside out, just a little better living conditions. I already had 3 major companies. They never asked me amount. They just said to me, tell us what you need and we will sort it out. Other people are coming through. I had a gas stove sponsored, I had clothes sponsored, I had a kitchen unit sponsored, all of that. I was on the news last night about the family. It was on the news. Yup. Was it on the news? Well, there you go. You see how my videos were spread and whatever, how this information was spread. Anyway, don't say bless you, KC. Let me get to the point. Let me tell you this and then get to the point. Caro Cares has withdrawn all support to that family. Right? Let me tell you what happened. And this is par for the course. For Kritika, don't put the number up. I'm not looking for funds. I don't want funds for this campaign. I have officially withdrawn my commitment and anything to that family, by the way. So let me allude to it if you need one to hear the story. So I get a message on my inbox on my Facebook, WhatsApp. Casey, please remove the video. Please remove the video. I beg of you, please remove the video. Okay, I don't know what's happening. I inbox it or WhatsApp me, whatever. So please get hold of me, whatever. In the meantime, I try to get hold of the counselor. I can't get hold of him. And then I get hold of the lady in the video. Her name is Anita. I try to call her. It's a WhatsApp call. I get hold of her. I can hardly hear what's happening. Then I leave a message. She tries to call me. She can't get hold of me, but she leaves a voice message because I'm on the phone with someone. When I listen to the voice message, she's talking, there's people shouting behind here, oh, get his number, record this call, are you recording the call? We need to do this, we need to do that. A lot of talks in the back about recording my call, let's hear what he has to say, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Then I get back to the daughter, Reshika, whatever, say that's her mother. Start talking to her. I said, what's the deal here? Oh, please remove the Casey, video, Casey. So many bad comments are coming. I said, bad comments from where? She said, no, from your video. I said, listen, on my page, she said there's 600 comments there and people are talking bad things and we are so hurt. I said, hurt by what? There's nothing on my page. On my page, people want to help you. Oh, no, please remove the video. We are so hurt and embarrassed and people are questioning us, whatever. So after a while, I get to understand. I said, I don't understand. I get to ask her, I said, so if 10 people told you some bad things, and 30 people told you good things that want to help you, you prefer to listen to the 10 people and ignore the 30 people. Is that what you're saying? She said, no, the counselor came and he took the videos. He didn't tell my mother what it, so now, I didn't tell you this. I started to get agitated because they were speaking ill of the counselor, the black guy. They were pasting him in a negative light. Like he just came and did this video and didn't tell them what it was about. Right? Didn't tell him what it was about. And when I call him, he's highly disappointed. He says, I don't know. I said, didn't you ask them for permission? Didn't you ask them to do the... He says, yes, Casey, I asked them. I told them what it's for. He said, can't you see in the video she's telling you whatever, whatever. I said, yes, that's what I see. I said, but they are saying that you misled them. He says, no, that's not the case. And then I spoke to the mother and the daughter. Apparently, they were misled. He was doing a video for the king, someone from the king's office or whatever. And anyway, long story short, I will give you this as a general thing as well. Sometimes, and I talk from experience, I've been in this more than any of you probably. People who are living in squalor and in squalor camps and in bed are sometimes the most, I'm saying sometimes, the most fucking ungrateful people you can come across. I'm going to say it again. And when I say this, I talk from experience. And I said some, I didn't say all. I said, when you try to help these people, they are sometimes the most ungrateful fucking people you can ever come across. If you try to help them, and the people I have helped, 70% of them have turned on me. 70% have turned on me, made me a bad person, like I did something wrong to them, yet I went out of my way to help them. So yesterday's story, I think yesterday or Sunday afternoon, it was all about the counselor and what he was doing and how he was doing them down and how he did this and they wanted. But let me tell you also the real story. No, they're not too proud to accept help. Shelley really says they're suffering, but it's not they're too proud. You see, they got caught out in that video. So let me tell you what I think happened. They didn't expect this video thing to become viral or to go so big. So, when that happens, sometimes the story they're giving you is not entirely the full story. Right? So when the story went so public, which it did, through my videos and other people, the people who know them started to question them. So think about it. You think about this. Here are people trying to help you, right? like if I put something on social media, oh, you know, my family, I'm desperate, I can't eat, I can't do this, I can't do that. And then somebody starts post, Casey, but I saw you in Nando's the other day. Casey, I saw your child going to there. Casey, I saw you going there. Casey, I saw you doing this. Now I start to realize, hey, hold on now. People know about me. So now I delete the post or I take it out because I'm being caught out in that sense. So maybe that happened. Then here's the other thing, which I got to learn from another counselor. She says, Casey, you know, if we go to analyze this family, there's 13 people there. Even those kids who are 7 years old and 12 years old, whatever, probably receiving a grant from the state. 13 people who are unemployed, whatever reason, probably receiving a grant from the state. So let's say even 5 of the 13, 5 or 6 grants are coming through. That a grant is at least 1,000, 2,005 or something like whatever. Anyway, even if it's 500 rand for the kid, that's money coming into the family. By the way, that's money coming into the family. It's not that they're fucking poor and got fuck all. So she said, you know, we also have to understand, and that's the truth, they're demanding more than it. We also have to understand that there's money coming into the family. What are they doing with the money? How are they? Because the lady said in the video that she's got no food to eat, sometimes polony and bread they have. And people on my platform open their hearts to help their family. I had people call me and tell me, Casey, we can't allow our people to live like this. I want to help them. And I was so happy. But by Sunday evening I was, and I say this always, I'm not angry, I'm disappointed. But not surprised. In human nature. They must get noted. Says Samantha R. Governor. Yeah. So let me just allude to you and give you some ideas. So let me leave the Verlam family. So Naresh has used the correct word here. Manipulative, right? Manipulative. Let me tell you how they operate, right? Not all of them. These people in these scenarios. By the way, I was talking to our labor broker, Rahina, yesterday, and I'll go to decide. Some of you may agree. If you're going to employ somebody, you must never employ somebody who hasn't been working for a year, a mother who's got children, desperate people for jobs, you must never employ. People living in squatter camps and whatever like that, you must, almost the worst people to employ because they are lazy fuckers. Somebody who hasn't worked for a year to 2 years, now I'm generalizing, but generalizing because I've had this experience. Vishal says, I thought as much. To me, this video shows nothing but dirt. 25 years of laziness. Yeah. So, people who are, when you say, and I've had this experience, desperate people looking for a job are the worst people you can employ. They're not prepared to fucking work. They're used to waking up 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, having a meal, sitting around, going to sleep again, staying the whole night out. Worst people you can employ. You can be poor and still be neat and clean. Correct, Tasha? Look, I don't want to turn on that family in that sense and make them out to be demons. I'm just saying that's my experience with them. And the number of people I've helped in squatter camps and in bad things, and the way they've turned on me, I can write a book on that. But just to allude to you, even this project before this, there was this child, Andrew, in Welby Dart in Chatsworth, right? And I put out, there was a call from the mother. She WhatsApped my team and said her child is Down syndrome, he's got a slow mobility. At 12 years old, he's like a 6-year-old. He hasn't developed in his mobility. He's still wearing a nappy, all of that. I sent Mervyn from our Sunshine Gang. Mervyn is a paramedic. On his trips, he went there. He verified the child is in need of help. The child does wear nappies. He said, yes, yes. Before he leaves, she asked him for 20 rand for electricity. He gave her the 20 rand. I then put out, on my live feed, I started talking about it. There was a guy on my platform, immediately contacted me and said, listen, Casey, I lost a child because of this, yada, yada, yada. He's willing to give her money. 1,000 rand he put into account. 1,000 rand into account, right? Another businessman saw it. He said, listen, I've helped this lady before. I'm going to help her. I helped her with the stove. I'm going to help her. Another person said they're going to drop off nappies, whatever, right? Couple of days later, I phoned again. I said, how's things going? Because I'm collecting money. I started putting my advert out. We're collecting stuff to buy the nappies. I said to her, so what have you got so far? She says, no, nothing. I said, has anybody come to see you or give you anything? She says, no, nothing. I haven't got anything. I said, but didn't this guy give you 1,000 rand, or is he lying to me? I said, didn't you get 1,000 rand? Then she says, oh, yes, yeah. No, I got 1,000 rand. But he said it was for me, like for my use, not for the child. I said, yes, but you got 1,000 rand. You didn't tell me that. She said, no, I'm so corrupted and I'm so this thing. My mind is everywhere. I forgot about it. And I said, didn't that businessman come and see you and give you something? She said, oh, yeah. And he also came and gave me something. Yeah. Anyway, leave all of that. The guy who basically, so he wanted her number to deal with her. So I gave him the number. Because if I didn't give the number, he'd think that I'm trying to collect 1,000 rand from my side, and would it really go to that lady? So I didn't want to feel like I'm holding the finance. I gave him the number. Within one day, within 24 hours, 48 hours, he blocked her. This is a lady who was desperate in Welbedat for help. Within 48 hours, he blocked her. Do you know why he blocked her? Because as soon as somebody like that gets a hold of you, got your number, got a direct link to you, then the everyday problem becomes your problem. The everyday issue becomes your issue. She's got a problem with her mother. She's a drug addict. With a stepfather, where mother is sleeping with somebody. Mother wants the house. It's her house. She doesn't know where to go. She's got no money for electricity. It's story upon story upon story. And these people, and the word used correct before was manipulative. They know how to manipulate because they've been in this game for years. They know how to use you, how to play on you, and what to ask you for. Within 48 hours, that lady had already started to talk bad about me, telling this guy, oh, and he sent me screenshots of it, by the way, so I've got proof of it. He sent me screenshots where she started to tell him, oh, I don't know why Casey used my son's photograph, and why he put my number, why he put my son there, he's collecting money for me, whatever, and he's collecting money, he hasn't told me what he's doing, whatever. And then he sends me the screenshot. He says, but Casey, you are helping this lady. Why is she talking bad about you? I said, well, I said, dude, I'm not surprised, dude. I am not surprised. Some of us are not sitting on piles of money, but still try. Yep. So anyway, I said, I'm not surprised. This has happened to me before. So anyway, I call her up and whatever. Then she sort of has a bit of an attitude with me about the money and whatever. Then I said to her, listen, I've got 2,500 rand or whatever it was. I think it was 2,500 rand. We already bought nappies for her child to be tidied over. She had nappies that she had got. We had collected stuff. Somebody gave me food stuff. Somebody gave stuff. Anyway, I finally said to her, I've got 2,500 rand to buy you nappies. I'm going to buy the 2,500 rand of nappies. Luren says he can vouch for this. I'm going to buy the 2,500 rand worth of nappies, and I'm going to give you the 2,500 rand. That's it. And that's what I'm going to do. By the way, I haven't even fetched the money. I'm going to take from my money and buy it. We haven't even bought the nappies yet because it's stuck in the account that I can't get to the bank. And then yesterday, she's WhatsApping me, please help me. I've got no food. I've got no electricity. Because she knows I've got 2,500 rand. She needs access to that money. And I'm not going to take 2,500 rand and put it in her hands because she will do what she needs to do. And then next week, poor Andrew is sitting without a nappy again. So I'm going to buy the nappies and give her the 2,000 and then walk. By the way, yesterday, which is begging me to help her, I said no. I said, sorry, we can't help you. And you can understand why I had that attitude or said, I've done my share. I'm giving you the nappies, and that's what it is. She says, oh my God, I've got no money for electricity. I said, well, I wasn't nasty to her. I said, I'm sorry, we can't help you. If I can get opportunities like that for youth around here, I'll surely appreciate the opportunity. Well, yeah. So I just wanted to share with you that story. And helping the poor is really, it takes people a lot of, you got to, because I can tell you stories upon stories. I don't have time for that. We're 10 minutes after 9 o'clock. And it's a really, really sad story. So anyway, to round up, that story with the family in Verulam, I've officially withdrawn any help to them. If they get help from other people, that's fine. Help has already gone to them from people I know, but in terms of building a structure for them or whatever, I've withdrawn that help completely. Some people have already donated money into my account, and I've contacted them, and they've given me the mandate to use it wherever I see fit. So that's what I'm going to do, feeding the greed and bad habits. Yep, that's what they do. Manipulative is the word. Naresh Syrup came up with the correct word, manipulative. They can manipulate you, tug on your heartstrings, and get you to part with your money because they've been doing it for years. They've become past masters at that, doing that sort of thing. So yeah, it's 10 past the hour of 9 o'clock. And where am I? I need to get to somewhere on my computer. Get to here. And Kritikas, right. So guys, thank you for watching. We're 10 minutes after 9 o'clock. We had a bit of a heavy discussion. My throat is dry and a bit sore after chatting for so long. Thank you for sticking to the topics at hand. Thank you for listening. Thank you for all the new guys who locked up. If you are new guys, contribute, say hi, what you think. Just sign the register, say that you're on the platform, so we take it from there. Tomorrow, back on at 8 o'clock. Don't forget to try and support my show, Don Dala with the Masala. And Worldly Arsenal, so here it goes. That's it from me. We had quite a lit discussion. Thank you for all those who contributed. Thank you to Anida. Thank you to Kritika. Thank you to everyone who joined us. I don't see Jackie on the feed tonight. Cook's Palace says, KG, when you do a video that Indian family had 13 people in the family, and she even mentioned they lived like that for 2 decades. You have to be cruel to be kind, says Tasha. Good night, everybody. Ravin Govind says, good night. All right, good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Naresh Syrup, top show. He always says top show. Now, you give me high standards, I'll keep living up to the day. You don't say top show, I'm getting worried. Mark Eckstein says, thanks. Thank you, Mark. Charles Sadler joined us as well. I didn't get much to chat with him. Kritika Stephen says hi. Tasha says, good night, stay safe. All right, good night, everybody. What's the news? See what's happening. Much better weather coming up. We're going to wake up earlier in these days and take it from there. As one light goes off and gives me the signal to shut down, Jackie's preparing for tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Kritika has given me my numbers to get all of me in terms of, and if you'd like to get all of me in any way for anything, whatever, 073 767 5836. Kritika will pull up that number, 073 767 5836. A lot of people ask me why I always touch my nose. It's a habit of mine when I'm live, and I'm the safety of my own home. My hands have been sanitized. I'm not moving around. I'm not in public. So people always ask me, why are you playing with your nose or drink that? I'm in the comfort of my home. I haven't been anywhere today. I've washed my hands, sanitized my hands, and all of that. So I think I'm fairly safe. I'm in the comfort of my home. I can dig my nose, dig my bum, do whatever I want, and nothing will be there. Dunning-Kruger. I'm going to do that, Peru Governor. I'm going to do that. John Thomas, Governor, thank you for saying that, John Thomas. At least you're contributing and telling us something. Those of you who are still online, first timers, can say hi, bye, whatever. Sumendra says, top show, enjoy the evening all. If you contribute, means a lot to me. I know you're online. Kumesh Murli says, look Chelly, troubling you. Not look Chelly, you mean Muk Chelly. No, it's just a habit of mine. I think I do this just purely out of habit. Only when I go live. That and I yawn for some reason. That's my thing. You always find me yawning, and as I'm talking about it, I'm going to yawn. Right, that's it from me. Thank you so much, guys. 9:15, 45 minutes I've been on, and I'm just waiting to see all the new guys who are saying hi and bye, which is good. Ashwin's got data now from PMB. He's online more often. Yeah, I can see data must be gone cheap there. Ashwin, thank you for joining us. Ishara Maharaj says, great show, KC. Right, where's the others? I'm staying online to see the others who don't normally comment, saying good night, whether they felt the show was good, they enjoyed the show. Catch me if you want to join my WhatsApp group and get my videos, 084-795-1835. That's for the videos. 084-795-1835. It's a WhatsApp group broadcast. We only share stuff there. By the way, the next phone call is coming up tomorrow. Yeah, it's set for release tomorrow, hopefully, if I edit it and be able to get it done. It's coming up, hopefully tomorrow, release. But I'm not calling Cyril. Cyril is not available. I'm calling somebody else. Who is it going to be that I'm calling tomorrow? And I don't know how the conversation is going to end, but I've been told to call this official and work via him because Cyril is not available. He's busy dealing with the corruption, sorting the corruption out, so I'm giving him a break. Cyril, Mama, we'll chat with him later on. Right. Mudus, Ritus. Hi and bye from Cape Town. Beginning of the month, get your spelling right. Right from me, KC. Remember to always keep it mother. My name is Caro Charo, and I'm out.